In a startling twist to the ongoing political discourse surrounding the African National Congress, ANC, former Minister of Finance and Home Affairs, Malusi Gigaba, has publicly challenged President Cyril Ramaphosa's narrative of 9 wasted years. In a bold and calculated move, Gigaba directly confronted the president's assertion that his predecessor's term was characterized by inefficiency and mismanagement, igniting a fresh wave of debate among political analysts, party members, and the broader South African public. Speaking at a high-profile party gathering in Johannesburg, Gigaba framed his argument around the claim that Ramaphosa's portrayal of the previous administration as ineffective was both misleading and politically motivated. "We cannot erase history with convenient narratives," Gigaba said, his voice firm yet controlled. "The work done in those years laid a foundation for the current government. To call it wasted is to ignore the strategic interventions and policy initiatives that were implemented, despite immense challenges." Gigaba's remarks mark a significant escalation in the ideological clash within the ANC. For years, Ramaphosa has positioned his leadership as a corrective to the excesses and missteps of the prior administration, emphasizing accountability, anti-corruption measures, and economic reform. The 9 wasted years phrase has become shorthand in political rhetoric, used to underscore the president's argument for a break from the past and a renewed focus on governance, transparency, and national development. However, Gigaba's challenge is more than a simple rebuttal. He meticulously laid out examples of policy achievements, infrastructural projects, and social programs that he argues were unfairly dismissed. He highlighted initiatives in public transport, energy distribution, and education reforms, pointing to successes that, in his view, contradicted the narrative of failure. "It is not about defending personal legacies," Gigaba emphasized. "It is about ensuring that the contributions of dedicated public servants are not overshadowed by selective storytelling." The timing of this critique is politically charged. The ANC faces mounting internal tensions as it approaches its next elective conference, with factions vying for influence and positioning themselves for the post-Ramaphosa era. Analysts suggest that Gigaba's statements may serve a dual purpose, both to protect his record and to signal his alignment with party members who feel marginalized or misrepresented by the current administration. Reaction to Gigaba's speech has been immediate and polarized. Social media platforms are abuzz with debates, as supporters praise his courage in confronting the dominant narrative, while critics accuse him of attempting to rewrite history for personal or factional gain. Political commentators have noted that such public dissent within the ruling party is unusual, given the ANC's long-standing emphasis on collective discipline and unity. Yet, some see this as a sign of a maturing political landscape where robust debate is becoming unavoidable. Economists and policy experts have also weighed in, acknowledging that while certain challenges were present during the 9 years in question, some initiatives did indeed produce measurable benefits. Yet, they caution that the broader narrative of inefficiency cannot be entirely dismissed, citing ongoing issues with state-owned enterprises, corruption scandals, and uneven service delivery. Gigaba's critique, therefore, adds nuance to a debate that has often been painted in stark black and white terms. The president's office has not responded directly to Gigaba's comments, maintaining a strategy of measured silence while continuing to push the overarching message of reform and renewal. However, insiders suggest that the speech has triggered private discussions among senior ANC officials, reflecting concerns about party cohesion, public perception, and the framing of historical performance. Malusi Gigaba's intervention raises fundamental questions about how history is narrated and who gets to define the legacy of political leadership. It challenges supporters and critics alike to examine the complexities of governance and the delicate balance between accountability and acknowledgement of past contributions. As the ANC navigates its internal dynamics and prepares for upcoming elections, this confrontation between narrative and counter-narrative is likely to reverberate for months, if not years. In the broader context, this episode highlights the intricate interplay between political memory, leadership legitimacy, and public perception. Gigaba's challenge is not merely a defense of the past but a reminder that the story of South Africa's governance is really straightforward. Each administration leaves a mixed legacy, shaped by triumphs, failures, and the interpretations of those who follow. Whether Gigaba's intervention will reshape the dominant narrative or simply fuel factional debates remains uncertain, but one thing is clear: the conversation about South Africa's 9 wasted years has only just begun.